and welcome back to another vlog. Today I thought I would do something a little bit different and sit down and talk with you about how I got my job with Emirates. Now Emirates has just started hiring and they haven't hired for over a year now, so this is quite exciting. Therefore, I thought it was the perfect opportunity to sit down and chat with you about everything Emirates. I'm wearing lipstick for the occasion, by the way. So let's jump straight into it. Sorry if you can hear my washing machine in the background. I'm doing all my washing before my roommates come home. I don't want to wake them up with it. So anyway, excuse me for that. So my Emirates journey starts in May of 2014. I just turned 21 years old and I was at the appropriate age requirement to be an Emirates cabin crew. So I was like, yep, I'm 21, I'm ready to go. This is what I want to do. I'd researched it. I'd asked a few friends that were currently working for Emirates and they all recommended it. So I filled out my online application and submitted it. Now the online application is a little bit different to the online application that Emirates requires you to do today. It didn't require an online video and I'm not too sure about what that entails. I think Emirates asks you 3 questions and you need to answer them within a certain amount of time, basically just to check your levels of English and how you respond to these questions and in what way, and that kind of fits what they're looking for. But my online application obviously didn't have that, but it did have filling out a profile, so I had to fill out a profile of myself, attach my resume, my CV, and some business attire photos. So I did all that, I submitted it, and then I waited for a follow-up email in which they did reply, and I was invited, thankfully, to their assessment day. Now, the only problem was I had accepted a job in Sweden, but the assessment day fell 2 days before I left for that. So I was very lucky and I was so excited to be able to attend this and obviously have a chance to be successful in pursuing my dreams of becoming an Emirates cabin crew. So I went to the assessment day and I had all the paperwork with me. You had to have like a certain amount of photos, obviously your resume as well. And a tip from one of my friends was to dress like an Emirates girl. Obviously not in the way like the actual clothing, but in the way I looked. I made sure my nails were perfectly manicured. I made sure I had, you know, nice makeup on. I wore red lipstick and I had my hair nicely tied back. I just wanted to, you know, give them an impression of what I would look like if I was to be wearing the Emirates uniform. So on the assessment day, we first lined up in a line, we introduced ourselves to the assessor, and then we took a seat and watched a video about Dubai, about the job, and about the lifestyle that kind of Dubai and Emirates offers you, which obviously was super appealing to me. And then we were split up into 2 groups. Now I was in the second group, so the first group went first, and the second group had to wait, I think, about an hour to an hour and a half for that group to finish their group exercises. So when I went in, I was quite tired already, but yeah, we basically got into a big circle, we split up into small groups, and we were given a card. Now the card that myself and my group members received just had a picture on it, so we had to guess what town or city it was. We had to guess, yeah, basically where in the world it was. It kind of looked like a Spanish city to me, so we came up with the idea that it was Buenos Aires, which is a city that Emirates does fly to in Argentina. So once we had discovered this, we were given the task to create a day in Argentina. Or Buenos Aires. So what we would do for a day if we were there. So obviously we didn't know what the budget was or where we were staying or how far away from the city we were and things like that. So we came up with a few ideas. I think one of them was doing like a free walking tour. The next one, because obviously you're in Buenos Aires, we could do like a salsa class. And then obviously like finishing the day with dinner with the local kind of cuisine that they offer. So it was just about, it wasn't technically about like what information you were presenting, it was just about how you were presenting it. So the assessor wanted to see, you know, how confident you were, how you spoke in front of an audience, how you represented or presented yourself. So then after this, I think we went through another few tasks, and then we were called one by one into 2 separate groups again, and they were the people that were going to be going through and the people that were not. So after this, we had eaten some lunch and then came back for the third kind of session for that day. So the first session was learning about Dubai, the second session was the big group session, and this third session, obviously probably half of the assessment day group was probably cold, and there was only, yeah, half of us, a handful of us, half of us left. So then from there we were split up into another 3 different groups. and we've got a situation to talk about. So our situation was that we were in a hotel and there was 3 different things going on. I think there was a mother that needed baby food for her baby, there was someone that had just had a seizure, and there was also someone that wasn't happy with their room. So we needed to prioritize which situation we would put first and which we would put last, and why. Now basically this isn't an activity like you don't need to have the best outcome. It's just about how you work within a team environment. So my tip for you would be, you know, agreeing with your colleagues, but also giving your own opinion. So saying, yep, that sounds really good. I really like your idea and the way you're thinking. However, we could do this because the mother needs baby food and, you know, la la la. So I think the main reason for that exercise was how you were presenting yourself. Again, how you were presenting yourself, how you're working within a team environment, how you're talking to other people and interacting with other people. From there, we did our height test, and obviously we needed to identify any tattoos or marks on our bodies. And then from then on, we were called out again if you were to proceed to the final interview. Now, thankfully, my number was called out and I did proceed to the final interview, which was the next day. So obviously that night I was researching Emirates like crazy. I mean, I had already read up on a lot of things about Emirates because I wanted to be well and truly prepared for this assessment day. I wanted to know the ins and outs, and if anything the assessor was gonna throw at me, I wanted to know the answer to. I didn't want to seem dumb. So I researched, and then I researched again that night and also did some research on what questions they might ask me at my final interview. So the next day I turned up early for my final interview. I wore the same clothes again. I didn't really own that much business attire, so I just went in the same outfit. I looked the same. I did my hair and nails again, and yeah, basically turned up roaring and ready to go for this final interview. So the interviewer was so lovely. Her name was Kate. I still remember her to this day. And we ended up speaking about birds. Like, I had a pet bird at the time, and so did she, and we were talking about birds. And then obviously we did some kind of main interview questions, which was like, you know, how you have, like, name an experience where you've interacted with other cultures. Yeah, basically just saying why do you want to be a cabin crew, and what, I guess she was asking like more about life experiences and how, you know, because obviously Emirates is such a multicultural company or cosmopolitan company, she wanted to know how we'd interacted with other cultures and I guess with people with other needs, and how we, you know, overcame, I don't know, different dramas at other workplaces and things like that. So it was really nice. She made me feel really comfortable, and obviously, yeah, I seemed to do well with the interview because a few months after that, I received a golden call. The funny thing was, I left for Sweden the next day and I was flying with Emirates, and my interviewer was on the flight with me. So that was kind of funny to see her at the airport, but anyway, I guess at least she knew I was traveling with Emirates and not another airline. But yeah, so when I was in Sweden, I received a final call and they gave me my starting date for Dubai to start my training. So that date was January 30th. So obviously from there, I went through 2 months worth of training, which was like SEP, like safety and security. And then we went on to medical training. We did some security training, like some self-defense and things like that. And then also our service training, which is probably, yeah, safety and service would be the priorities. Some people think that training is going to be a walk in the park, but I can tell you now that it is not. I did have to study on my days off. We had to study and memorize, I guess, all of the Emirates policies and procedures, which can be quite a lot of information to absorb within 2 months. But by the end of the 2 months, I did make 36 new friends, who were the 36 people that I joined with on January 30th, 2015. And I haven't looked back since. I've been here 3 years now. I'm still working in economy class cabin, but I have loved every minute of my time with Emirates. Obviously, there's massive pros and massive cons. Not every job is perfect, but this job is perfect for me. I've experienced so many other cultures, so many different countries. I have met so many new people. I don't think there's any job in the world where you can say that you meet and make new friends every single day. And I do that here, and from all different countries. And when I resign, or that time comes that I do have to resign, I definitely know that I will be visiting so many countries as I get older in life because of the friendships that I've made within Emirates. So anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this vlog. I hope it's given you a little bit of an insight into the Emirates interview process and what life is like in being an Emirates cabin crew. And good luck for your online application. Don't be nervous, you're going to do great. Just be confident, believe in yourself, and miracles can happen. And maybe I will see you in Dubai very soon. Mwah. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on another vlog very soon. Bye. And where I could